McGrath.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Distinguished Toastmasters and very welcome guests. Before I get started on my speech, I would like for you to take part in a small exercise with me. Are you prepared to do that?
Oh, yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. What I want you to do is think. I want you to think about an issue which really gets your goat. Now, the issue can be a social issue. It can be an ethical issue. For example, the human rights of a group of people being violated or taken away completely. It's got to be something you're passionate about, something that really makes your blood boil, or in the vernacular, really pisses you off. Got that? You got something in your heads? Now, what I want you to do is to reproduce the emotions that those thoughts promote. I want to see the faces. Come on, I want to see the emotion. Let me see the emotion. Have we got that? Now, question. Would you be prepared to take part in a protest against the people who promote that issue? Would you be prepared to do that? And let me change it. Let me change the words. Not protest, I say demonstration. Because when you use the word protest with a group of middle-class people, they get really angry and they get really animated and they go home and they write an angry letter to their MPs. What I want people to do, would you be prepared to demonstrate, get up, stand and fight for the rights of people who cannot fight for themselves? Would you? Answer me, please. I feel lonely up here.
Yes.
Yes, you would. And if that message is not getting through, would you be prepared to resort to more decisive measures?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Would you be prepared to smash up a few shops, to turn over a few cars, set fire to some dustbins? Would you be prepared to do that?
Yes. Nope.
Right, we have a divided floor here. This is really good. Now, I've just finished reading a book called Mad Mobs, an Englishman, by Professor Steve Riker, who lectures at Cambridge University, psychology lecturer. And he suggests that we're all predisposed to riot if we feel like we or other people are being treated illegitimately and all of the conventional processes of protest have been exhausted. But the other thing is, there are other underlying reasons why we riot. And the purpose of my speech today is to tell you that those very reasons why people riot are the very reasons why I joined Early Bird Speakers. Now, I can see faces going, I don't understand what that actually means. I can see that look of confetti in your faces. Now, let me explain this. Let me tell you my story as it relates to Early Bird Speakers. When I resolved to join Toastmasters, I sent an email to a club, to the membership secretary of a club which was close to my workplace. And I got a prompt response. So I turned up here at 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? And I was greeted warmly. And I came up the stairs and I was greeted again. I walked into the room and I faced the membership secretary, Rachel Sparks. And after 60 seconds of conversation, I felt aroused. Sorry, I don't mean that. Excited. Well, it means the same thing, isn't it? I was looking forward to this, spending time with you guys. I sat here until 8:45 and I left feeling like I had a revelation. Loved it. And then, a few weeks later, I had the rare pleasure of having dinner with Tasmia. And as you expect, it went on and on and on and on and on. About 1:30 in the morning. But in that conversation, he convinced me that we are the best club in the land. He categorises us as the best club in this country, and worldwide. Because of our norms and our values and the way that we actually do things here. Now, I could identify with those norms and values, and I really looked forward to coming back here and taking part in what I'm doing now, giving speeches. And suddenly I started to compare ourselves. When people from other clubs came to lead proceedings, I would say, yeah, that's good, but we do it this way. I would compare ourselves with them. Now, when people riot, that's exactly what they do. They create an in-group, and we are the in-group. And they create an out-group. So if you think about the 2011 riots, the rioters, who felt like they had been treated illegitimately in the first place, were the in-group. The out-group were the police. And once the police had moved to one side, the out-group suddenly became people with money. We want some of that. So they started rioting and looting. Now, for those reasons, it's for those reasons why I feel at home in early bird speakers. Because I categorise us as having very strong values, very strong practices, which when people come after a few months, they're instilled inside you. And then I identify very strongly with those values and norms, etc. And finally, I spend my days comparing ourselves. So you belong to, I'm not going to talk about your club, Covent Garden speakers, but we do things differently here. We are the best here. So the next time somebody says to you, why did you join Early Bird Speakers? You say, well, it's because I enjoy rioting. Well, no, sorry, don't say that. You say, I enjoy the idea that we categorise ourselves, that we identify with those norms and values, and we compare ourselves. Thank you very much.